In this video, if you are someone that wants to do 20K a month as a high ticket closer, I'm going to tell you why most people never get there and why if they just did the things that I'm about to talk about, they could get there pretty easily. Now, whether you are a beginner or you're already doing 10K a month and you're trying to get to 20K, everything in this video is going to apply to both of you. So first thing is I will speak to the people who are just getting started, since that's going to be a lot of you. When you first land a job, when you first get into a high ticket sales job, whether that's a closer role or a setter role, the best way for you to stand out from the other closers, what's that going to be? Now, this is going to sound obvious, but I see absolutely zero people actually do this in reality. So when you get into the good job for like the first 3 months, I wouldn't do anything else but this job, okay? Like, that's it. Do you have to do that? No, but that's not really the point. This is what I would do. For 3 months, okay, I would cut out social shit. I wouldn't watch TV. What are you doing watching TV? I would cut out all distractions and anything in your life that is not work. I tell this to every closer that comes through my program. This is what I would do. And during this time, I would learn the product. I would offer to take a lot of extra calls. I would spend my off time learning the sales funnel, and I would offer to just generally work more hours. And now some of you are like, well, I don't want to do all that. Well, you said you wanted to make more money, right? You want to make 20K a month, but you don't want to work anymore? Something is off here. Do you understand? This is what people want. They want a video where some dude's going to give them like a magic button like, hey, this is the easy way to 20K a month, and it doesn't exist. If you want to make more money, you're going to do more work. That's the punchline, okay? So if you come in and you do what I'm talking about and you just go psycho for like 3 months, two things are going to happen. One is you are quickly going to get really good at sales and at selling this specific product, okay? And you are quickly, number two, you're quickly going to start making a lot of money. Way faster than all the other average people who come in and just half-ass everything, right? Okay, so that's all I need to hear. If someone is like, hey, for 3 months, if you just go psycho at this job, not only are you going to get really good, but you're gonna make a lot of money. I'm like, cool, I'm in, let's go. That's what I'm doing, okay? But some people need to hear more. So the second thing that's going to happen, other than that, other than you making a lot of money, is it's just going to make a really good impression on the business owner, okay? It's going to leave a good impression of you in that role. And that impression is pretty much going to stick with you the entire time that you're in this job. So you started off on the right foot, and this sets you up to have really insane momentum going forward at the end of that 3 months when you go into a more normal schedule or you dial it back or whatever you want to do. So you've got 3 months of momentum and you're stacking money. Like, trust me, it's a really good place to be, and it's going to feel amazing, all because you sacrificed a little bit of things up front for a few months because you were like an obsessed weirdo or whatever for like 90 days. That's a good thing. Also, if you decide to move on later, the business owner is highly likely to give you a glowing recommendation to wherever you want to go because you just worked your ass off for him, you know? And this is probably the main reason I'm making this video, is because I tell this stuff to people, like we land them a good job, and then I tell them stuff like this, and I'm like, hey man, this is a great opportunity. You should go all in for like the first few months from day one. Just come in blazing. They're like, yeah, okay, and then they just don't do it. They half-ass it, and they don't make that much money, and they wonder why, okay? They just treat it like a normal job where they just show up, and they're just kind of there, existing, but there's no fire. There's no like, go get it, you know? And to me, like, you just landed this really good role where you can make like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month if you work your ass off possibly, okay? And you're not willing to go completely all in and cut everything else out for a while? It makes no sense. Like, I don't understand. What are you doing? This is what I highly suggest you do if you want to make a lot of money. If that's not your goal, I don't know why you're watching this video, okay? Next, if you are watching this, you are probably already familiar with high ticket sales, okay? Maybe you're in a job already and you're at the bottom of the pack, or maybe you're trying to land your first job. It doesn't really matter, okay? All of this stuff is going to apply to both of you. So when you do get into that job and you're taking calls now, like you're on the phone, you're on Zoom, you're taking calls, you are starting to understand not only how being a high ticket closer works, but also how these online businesses work, okay? And that is very important, the second part, if you really want to succeed and land the really, really good roles where you can make 20K, 30K a month and beyond, that type of stuff. Being good at closing, being good at sales, that is great. But no matter how good you are at sales, you're still going to have to learn other things about online business if you want to move forward. It's not just about only sales, okay? The good news is, though, these things are super easy to learn. So, what are these things? The first thing that you can learn that gives you insane leverage in the internet business space is lead generation, all right? But not in ways that you might think. So, to explain this, I'm going to give you an example of another guy who I know in the high ticket space. He was telling a story about a sales rep who he had worked with. So this is not someone that I know personally, okay? This is a story from a guy I know in high ticket sales about a rep that he's worked with. And he's using a unique way to generate leads, all right, and close prospects who are on the fence. So what this closer would do is he set up like a private business Instagram account, okay? So it's a business account, but it's like his personal page that he has set to private. So it's his personal page, but he only uses it for work and like work people. It's turned to private. And every single person that he speaks to in regards to work, he just kind of funnels them to this Instagram page. He's like, hey, here's my personal Instagram. Go add me, just kind of real subtle like that. And he just treats it like a normal Instagram account. So he posts things on there that he's doing in his life. He posts on his story every day. That is a key. And he doesn't like put his company in the bio. He doesn't talk about what he's selling at all. He does not like put any of that on the account, all right? And he's not trying to sell people on his thing on the Instagram at all, really, right? And he interacts with every single person that follows him. So it doesn't matter who they are. All of these people, by the way, are prospective buyers, right? He's interacted with them through work, through sales, and then he's just kind of slyly adding them to his personal Instagram page where he's now interacting with these people all the time, but he's not trying to sell them nothing. He's just interacting with them, right? Real like hands off, okay? And by doing this, he's always top of mind with these prospective buyers, all right? And I don't just mean like he goes and likes their posts or he leaves like a nice comment or an emoji or something. He's like interacts with them. He sends them fucking voice notes. He'll send them like funny reels all the time. He's like, hey, this made me think of you. I thought you'd think this was funny. Like he really interacts with them. All of the people that are in his IG, okay? And then sometimes when he sends these people these funny reels, he'll close a sale, like a $10,000 sale off of doing this, all right? Just from using his Instagram in a normal way and just interacting with these people like you would interact with your friends on Instagram, he closed a $10,000 sale, and he does that all the time, okay? So he's always top of mind with these people, right? And he's not really trying to sell them anything. He's not throwing his product in their face, but when it comes time for them to buy and they're ready, who do you think they're gonna think of? Obviously this dude, right? They're not going to think of the 15 other reps who are doing the same old sales techniques, like sending them emails like, hey, I'd love to connect with you on Tuesday. They're like, oh, gross, get the fuck away from me. And then this guy is over here sending them some fucking reel that's making them laugh. And they're like, oh, this guy's kind of weird, but he seems cool and he's not trying to sell me shit. So he's not annoying me. And he's always top of mind. They're seeing his stuff every day. Do you understand like how insane of an idea this is? Some of you who get it are watching this and they're like, damn, that's a good idea. I'm doing that right now, all right? So he's just always top of mind with these people and he's not really trying to sell them anything. But when it comes time for them to buy, they're ready to buy. They're like, I'm going with that guy. So using social media, and again, this was not my idea. I don't know that closer, but this is one of the best fucking ideas I've ever heard. I'm about to start doing this as well. Using social media in any way to make more sales is a good idea. That is the punchline, okay? This is where everything is going. So I would get on this train now or get fucking left behind. And the point of this story is just to show you how to think outside the box. You don't need to go and try to like ninja copy this dude's strategy because you're gonna have trouble doing it anyway. Because like for him, it's just natural, right? This is just what he does, okay? You can learn from it for sure, but the point is, to think outside the box. How can I do things differently? That's what he's doing, okay? This closer came up with this idea on his own, and now he's making like double the money he was before, all just from this. So if the type of lead generation or follow-ups that you've been doing in your closer role are not working so great anymore, maybe it's time to try something new. How could you use social media differently? How can you generate leads in an efficient, better way that will bring you more calls, bring you more revenue, more sales for the business? Now, other more standard ways that you can do lead generation for your business on top of closing is going to be things like cold emailing, all right? You can learn that skill. It's very easy to learn, okay? Now, you could take it upon yourself to do that and not even ask the business owner about it, and that just looks really good. Or you could learn cold calling. Both of these things are automatable, by the way. You can automate both of these things with software, okay? The point is if you're in a decent closer role and you want to move up, you want to separate yourself, you're like, I want to make a lot more money every month. Lead generation in any form is a great way to do that. That is a huge lever to pull, okay? And if you do this, you are closing and doing some lead generation on the side, and you're learning how to do that now. Now you've got two skills, probably the two most important skills in business: lead generation and sales. You can generate the leads and you can close them. You can create your own offer, right? There you go. Now you're the fucking business owner. Now you're making money. See where I'm going with this? Now you've developed two vital skills for making a lot of money. If you can generate leads, drive traffic, and you can close them, you are now good at two of the most important things that there are to making a lot of money in business. So you can go and start your own thing. But if you don't want to do that, any business that you sell for is going to be clawing, or any business is going to be clawing to get you to sell for them. If you're a closer that can close and you're fucking doing lead generation, like over here on the side, anybody's going to want to hire you. You can go work wherever you want. This is how you make 20K plus a month. 30K plus a month by doing this type of shit, right? And it's not even that hard to do. Like, just do the work and get good. No one wants to work. And with lead generation, I just gave you several ways to do that. You can use social media. You can do what I talk about in the story. You can learn cold email. You can learn cold call. Both of these things you can automate. And if you take the initiative and learn, this is only going to translate to you making way more money later, getting way better jobs later, etc. So things to remember is if you decide to do lead generation for a business or for an offer, you need to make sure that it's a good offer. It's a good product that's dialed in. You don't want to spend all this upfront work and time if the offer sucks, and then all the leads that you're bringing in are not getting fulfilled on or whatever. So don't be an idiot. Don't waste your time, okay? Make sure it's a legit good offer and a legitimate business that you're doing this lead generation for. Now, I'll give you a very quick overview on how to do cold email. It's really not that hard to learn. It's super cheap, and you can scale it to large numbers very easily, and it barely takes any fucking time at all. So you buy domains. You buy a bunch of domains. You get an email sending software, which you can Google. You get the contacts. You make the email sequences with the software, write like 5 to 6 follow-up emails, put them in a sequence, and then you just turn it on. Press the button to on. That's it. That's all you have to do. All you have to do at that point is monitor the inbox. So the software will send out the emails to thousands upon thousands of people, and you just got to monitor the inbox for replies, okay? Because all the emails are being sent automatically by the software to hundreds of thousands of people. And from there, you can schedule the calls. And for doing that, you could go to the business owner and say, hey, I don't want 10% commission. I want 35 to 40% commission on every sale that I close from a lead that I generated, right? So you can take a much more massive cut and make way more money just because you turned on this automatic email lead generation software. You understand how easy that is? You just pushed a couple of buttons. You took a little bit of time to learn something. Most people are too fucking lazy. They can't even do this. Like, there's just money right here. Like, you just need to grab it. You understand? It's right fucking here and in the ether, and people can't even do that. They're just like, oh, I'll go back to TikTok. My brain is rotting more and more every day, and they say they want to make money and they fucking don't, okay? All right, so before you were doing this, you were only making 10% commissions, all right? But now that you're doing this extra work, which is really not that much work, you're making way more money just because you decided to do this little extra thing. Most, and this is key, most B2B businesses, that means business to business, can benefit from cold emailing, all right? So it's going to be more so in the B2B space, but you can do it anywhere you want, right? So if you're just getting started as a closer, or you're a closer that's in a role and you're trying to go from 10K to 20K, whatever, you just need to first get good at closing. You need to make sure that you're in a legitimate offer. Then you need to get good at that offer, and you need to get good at sales. And then when you're experienced and you want to make more money, if you'd rather not jump to a new offer, these are some efficient, easy ways to stay in that offer but make more money. Things like learning lead generation, all right? So learn skills like lead gen that can make you more money in that job. Lead gen is just a no-brainer because you're already selling. So why not just increase the traffic so that you can make more revenue and make more sales? And now that you're good at closing and lead generation, when you go to start your own business, you can make millions and millions of dollars. Like now you're super equipped to do that, all because you watch this video of this dude screaming in your face one random Saturday on YouTube. Now, lastly, this is more advanced, but you can do paid advertisements if you want, okay? Many B2B businesses are already going to be doing that, so you may not be able to offer that to them. But if they aren't, just know that learning paid advertisements is going to take time, and you're going to have to spend your own money to figure it out. And when you first turn on paid ads, you may as well kiss that money goodbye. It's gone. It's never coming back. You burnt it. You need to be prepared for that, all right? But you are going to have to spend money to figure it out. It's going to take time to learn, all right? The ad creatives, what ads work, what ads don't, all this stuff ads are very difficult to learn if you have no idea what you're doing. So I wouldn't recommend that unless you're that one person that's watching this that's at that point. And you're also going to have to build out the sales funnel on the back end of it. So most people watching this video are not there yet. But like I said, if you're the one killer that's watching that and you're in that right spot, go get it. The point of this video is that once you get good at closing and you want to level up and make more money, it helps to know how to do other things that really are not that hard to learn, right? So why wouldn't you go and learn them instead of one of the other dumb things you're doing all day, hundreds of other stupid, pointless things you're doing all day? Why wouldn't you do this instead? Lastly, how to be better than any other closer and make a ton of money. I will give you some encouragement to fulfill these things. As I've told you guys many times, getting a good job is the main thing that you should be focused on, right? But once you've done that and you're in a good spot, now you just need to take it seriously and work hard and you will fly from there. But once you get into this, you will find out that many other closers who are in these 10K a month roles or more, they're really not that much different than you. They're just a person. There's another human being, right? And some of them may not even be working that hard. So like, take this off of a pedestal. $10,000 a month is not a lot of money, okay? I promise. That's like level one. Once you get the job, if you go all in and take this seriously, you can be better than most people in this, right? Most people are not serious about anything. It just takes work, and most people don't want to do extra work. They don't want to do extra effort. They want to do the bare minimum that they have to. Just what is the bare minimum I have to do to get by, to get to that number? This is most people. So if you just overkill that and just do extra work, you can make any amount of money you want to make, okay? There's just too many comforts and distractions these days. And most people are just not sentient, bro. They're just not here, right? So if you are and you're hungry and driven, you can do anything you want. You can make any amount of money that you want. And if you are hungry and driven, do you know how many business owners want to hire a salesperson? Not just a salesperson, but they want to hire people like that. Every single one of them, every single business owner on the planet wants to hire people like that, who are fired up, who are hungry. That's who they want to hire, okay? And the people they're interviewing are not those people. So they're very hard to find. So there's nowhere that you cannot go if you're hungry and you're driven and you're willing to work hard. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, hit the link in the description. Schedule a call with me so that we can meet each other and we can see if you'd be a good fit. Until next time.